Back here at beautiful Phillip Island, some more foul weather out there on the coast. We have the Superbikes out on the racetrack. Fabulous lineup here today. Let's have a look at the lineup for you. Conditions are going to be extraordinarily tough. Kirk McCarthy is on pole on the Winfield Honda, a 1:38.09 in qualifying. Peter Goddard, one to watch on the Ansett Suzuki, a 1:38.81 in qualifying. Then it's Sean Giles on the Ducati and Damon Buckmaster on the Kawasaki. Row number 3, Robert Baird on the second of the Winfield Hondas. Martin Craig will keep an eye on him on the Kawasaki. Steve Martin and Jason McEwen are the next two. Robbie G on the Kawasaki is the next one as we pick them up coming off the final turn onto the straight here at Phillip Island. Well, if one guy knows Phillip Island on 2 wheels as well as 4, he's joined us in commentary, and it's a pleasure to have him, Wayne Gardner.
Thank you, Mike.
I would say that you'd prefer to be in a Coca-Cola Team Commodore than a Honda today?
I think that goes without saying. It's pretty obvious. You know, I love this place, and when the weather's fine here, it's just absolute fantastic place to race in, great environment. But, you know, when the weather changes, and it's quite susceptible to weather changes in a day, you know, 3 or 4 seasons in a day, it's disastrous. And I really am glad that I am racing cars in these particular conditions.
We were involved with that accident that prevented the first heat of the Tour as the Shell Series going flag to flag. And you were out there dabbling around on slicks, but you consider yourself lucky you've only dented a tail light or a headlight.
That's right. Yeah, I tried to push on in case the weather did end up staying dry, and I was on slicks at the time, but it bucketed down, and I actually radioed to say that I was on my way in, but it wasn't to be. I just bumped the wall, but we're okay.
We'll sit back and enjoy this. This will be thrill-seeking, adrenaline-rushing action from the Superbikes here at Phillip Island. They're just about set to go. Away they go. Kirk McCarthy getting away smartly, but almost gobbled up immediately as they go beneath the bridge. The charge of the Light Brigade. Peter Goddard getting out smartly, hangs to the inside as they go to the bottom turn, but McCarthy will win the rush to the right-hander.
Yeah, great start for McCarthy there. Sweeps across. He's got a few bikes length lead on them as they come down to the Southern Loop for the first time. Very slippery conditions here as they pick their way through. What are the track conditions like at the moment, Wayne? Because it's very, very greasy out there.
Yeah, it's difficult to know. You know, I think probably the first 1 to 2 laps, the guys will be taking it fairly conservatively. An interesting point is that the Honda's a very, very good machine in the rain. It's got a very tractable engine, having a V4 engine. I'd say an outstanding rider out here is Peter Goddard in the rain. He's got an unbelievable amount of talent from riding in the dirt days, and you can translate that to wet weather riding very, very easy. It's very, very similar, and I think you'll see Peter do very, very well in this race.
Oh, we've had one spat off there. Can't see the number, but dear.
He's okay, but I think more of a shock than anything.
What am I doing here?
Who turned the lights out? Yes. Just couldn't catch his number,
no.
but
I think he's been shot.
Had the wind taken out of him.
Yeah, he's pretty dazed.
Hit the road pretty hard.
Looks like he's pretty drunk at the time. But, yeah, he's okay. He's picking the bike. I think, like most riders, he's more worried about his machinery than his body, so I'm sure he's okay.
let's have a look at this on replay and see exactly what happened. The field went through the right-hander. Whoops.
Yeah.
Just a high side one.
Well, that's what happens on, the first lap. Usually new tyres, and you're not knowing what the conditions are like. As I said, the first lap you're being very conservative.
That's Goddard, is it?
That's right.
Bike 4?
I think he hasn't. I think he's just ran off, probably then crashed.
What is it about this part of the track? We've had the touring cars coming off there all day. Now the Superbikes. What is it about that bit of track?
And another one.
35, is it 55? Maxwell?
Yeah, I think that particular part of the circuit, you're coming around there with a great deal of speed. I mean, it's fifth gear in a touring car, flat out. You downshift to fourth, and you're carrying a lot of speed to go up the hill. And obviously in wet conditions, there's lack of grip. And actually, there's a dip in the road there.
Oh, another one's been spat off here.
Well, he's fortunate, and that's one of the reasons that the riders like to race at Phillip Island. When you come off downhill,
one of the Winfield Honda crew, the RC45s, Wayne was talking about just a moment ago. We can't see which rider that is, but he's come off at great speed.
Most times, if you're going to fall off in the rain, you usually lose the front end like that. Yeah. That's usually what happens on a fast corner. You get a bit more confident. Being the Honda is very tractable. He's lost front end grip. But the good thing about this circuit is there's no walls to hit, so there's plenty of runoff area, and he's okay, as you can see.
Well, we've had just about 4 or 5 riders off. I think Damon Buckmaster.
Well, the green machine Kawasaki survived that first lap with bikes going off everywhere. And Damon Buckmaster, the man who rode 600cc Supersport for Kawasaki, he's made the progression to Superbike, and he's adapted to it very well.
But look at the weather in the background there. It doesn't look too clever.
That's trying to cheer you up for the second heat later this afternoon. So.
You know, I love motorcycling. It really is a passion for me. But thank God in the days like this, I am on four wheels and I'm in a bit more protected environment.
Sean Giles, the man.
Oh, there's another one.
Another one's come off. One of the Kawasaki's that may be Martin Craigle, who was making good progress toward the back of that leading bunch bike too. It is, in fact, Martin Craigle. Great disappointment for Martin.
Well, that's what happens. You start to get a bit more confident until...
Yeah, Emerson in trouble there too. Sorry, Wayne. We've got bikes coming off every
what
direction.
happens is you start to get more confident until it snaps. And it's not forgiving like on the tar. You've got nice progressive slides.
Yeah. Look at this on the Tui's Blue, and then Craigle looks like he's come off all on his own as well.
I'd say he's high-sided, trying to get up the hill with a little bit of throttle and it's pitched him over the top.
Jason McEwen must have scored all his birthdays that arrived at once when he fell off in front of him, Martin Craigle, but he just had to apply the brakes.
Oh, another one's gone down.
Another Honda.
No, that's Sean Giles.
Gilesy on the Ducati.
So it doesn't matter what you're riding, what tyre you're using, this track is just gobbling like one by one.
Yeah, it's very unforgiving. As I said, you just don't know where the limit is until you deck it. And I'm surprised in Sean because he comes from a dirt track background and he should do very well normally in this.
Well, Damon Buckmaster putting one on them here today at Phillip Island. He's looked super smooth since it started.
No shortage of commitment from him in the wet. So it's Buckmaster in control. Giles just dropped it, so that moves McEwen up to second place. Steve Martin in third, and red flag is out. The race has been stopped.
Well, you can see the weather has moved in once again off the coast. The poor guys were just dropping like 9 pins there. It's overcast, rain lashing the circuit, as you can see. It's got progressively worse.
I don't think that would even be a race, would it, Mike? Because there was not enough laps completed.
No, only got 2 laps into that.
That's right. So,
well, when they finished it, they gave the lead to Buckmaster over McEwen, Martin, Baird, Archibald, and Short. And it's not getting any better here at Phillip Island. That's a long push on the way back to the pits.
I think you need a set of oars, not push.
Well, you must feel invigorated now for heat number 2.
I feel a whole lot better than not being out there. You know, I love this place, and I've actually never ridden in the rain. I've tested a couple of times, but not raced here. So certainly after watching that, I have no aspirations to run and grab a bike and join them.
The comeback is not contemplated on a Superbike at Phillip Island?
No, not exactly here, not exactly anywhere in the rain. That was one of the most scariest times. Even though I was very fast in the rain, it was certainly not something that I really enjoyed riding in the rain. Obviously, I had some very good results, but it was too unpredictable.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have the Coca-Cola Kid with us. Plenty of action, and good luck for heat number 2 of the Shell Series, Wayne Gardner.
Thank you, Mike.
And we'll be back at Phillip Island in just a moment.